Do you think LinkedIn is just a networking platform? No, it is not. Hello, my name is Sumit Shukla, and in this particular video, I'll help you to understand how you can leverage the power of LinkedIn to get your next job. But before we start this video, don't forget to check out Scalar's free masterclass on Scalar's event page by leading industry experts. The link is in the description box. In this particular video, we'll be going to talk about how to optimize the LinkedIn profile, how you can get better reach, and how you can leverage the power of LinkedIn to get your next job. But before we start this video, please subscribe to our Scalers YouTube channel. Stop using LinkedIn if you don't know how to use it properly. In this particular video, we will first of all learn how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. And then we will also be looking at some tips and tricks about how you can leverage your social profile to get your first job. Now let me tell you one secret. Today I use LinkedIn to generate a revenue of 2.5 crores yearly. This is all because I have properly optimized my LinkedIn profile and I know how to use it to reach out to the correct client and to reach out to the correct person. So connections and relationships is all what we are going to talk about in this particular video. Now before we start this video, let me tell you a very short story. In 2015, I interacted with the word data science for the very first time. Now at that particular time, nobody knew what is data science and they were not aware about the thing that data science is going to be the next big thing. And today you can see that everyone is trying to learn data science. So at that particular time, I was able to learn the right skill at the right time. And I always tell this thing to everyone, obtain or acquire the right skill at the right time. But what is the next big thing? So today you see everyone wanted to be in the data science role. But what is the next big thing? What is going to create history or the boom down the line 5 years? It is basically content creation. So when I say content creation, you do not have to create Instagram reels and dance on it. So what kind of content? Let's break down this into 3 important steps. Create, engage, and grow. Now let's try to understand each of the terms. When I say create, that basically means we have to start creating content. Now I am a person who likes to write about technology. I'm a person who loves technology. So every person loves something. Let's say you wanted to be a data scientist or maybe a professional who uses technology. So you'll be learning a lot of things, right? What you have to do, whatsoever you are learning, try to post it over LinkedIn or try to post it over any platform which you like. It can be LinkedIn, it can be Twitter, it can be Instagram. It can be any social media platform because it will eventually make you a content creator. Now, please understand one thing. You do not have to worry about if somebody is reading your post or not because it takes time. So when you start posting something on LinkedIn, and here we will try to keep the example around LinkedIn only. So when you start creating content over LinkedIn, it will take time. And don't worry about whether you are writing something which is entertained by someone or not, because it will take time. And every content has a content reader, has a particular person who will admire your content. So let's say if I'm learning about linear regression today, there will be a lot of people like you who might not be aware about linear regression. So if you write something around it, let's say you have mentioned about what is the difference between linear regression and logistic regression. If you write this short content and post it over LinkedIn, you will find out readers because every content has a reader. So stop thinking and start doing. You have to start creating content, and that's the very first stage. Create. You have to fix the frequency also. So let's say if you have decided that you have to create content and post it every day, then fix that, follow that. It will take time. You might find out that people are not responding. You might find out that there is not a good reach. but you have to be consistent. It will take time, but you have to create. Once you are done the first step, you have started creating, then start engaging people. Now, how to engage? For example, let's say somebody has commented on my post that, hey, very good, it's a nice share, and I was not aware about it. Now, there are two ways in which you can respond this. You can say thank you. Now, when you say thank you, you are not making that person involve into communication, or you are not engaging with that person. So how to create engagement? You have to start questioning that person. So you might do something like this. You might post something like this. You might say that, okay, thanks for your nice word, thanks for your comment, but what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that this particular post cleared your doubt? Or maybe if this particular post fulfilled your requirement? So you can cross question so that the person can reply back and it can start creating engagement. Each time the person will comment something on your post, it will enhance your engagement, and more people will start reaching out or maybe start landing into your post. That's very important. There is one more way in which you can engage. Now, just posting regularly will not help you to grow. You have to also engage with the post that is done by people to whom you admire. So let's say you admire me as a professional. Now let's say I have posted about something. I have posted about how I am successful. So now when you are commenting on my post, people will also look or maybe read through your comment. So please remember one thing, you do not have to comment nice share, wow, commenting for better reach, it's great share. Don't try to limit yourself with one word. Try to be creative, because if I am going through the comments that are done on my post, I will try to read the comment which is creative. And if I like your comment, I might reach out to you. I might reach out to you on your personal message. And then that's how relationship or that's how connection start building up. So try to be creative, try to be elaborative, try to post something which attract people. So these are the two things which you should follow to engage. So we have done creation, we have done engagement, now we have to grow. What is the meaning of growing? So let's say you have created a audience base. So now you know that these are the people which admire your content. So what you have to do now, you have to expand, you have to grow. And how you can grow? Create Instagram page if you haven't done, create Twitter if you haven't done, go to Facebook, go to YouTube and expand your horizon so that you become a solid content creator. Now, if you are a technology expert or if you do not have so much time and if you feel like, okay, this is not what you wanted to do, so my dear friend, let me tell you one very important thing. In this today's job market, there is a lot of chaos in finding out the next job. You can see there are a lot of layoffs that are happening. Now, if you own your social presence, if you have your social profile, then it will be very easy for the recruiter to find you. Because in Hindi we say, jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai. So if you do not make yourself visible, then nobody will be able to reach out to you. You might be very good in coding. You might be very good in data science. You might know about algorithms. But it is useless until and unless somebody knew about it. If I know that, okay, this person is very good at coding because he keeps on posting regularly, in my mind, your name will always be there. So if I have any requirement, I might reach out to you, and that would be my very first step. Now let's understand how to optimize your LinkedIn profile so that you can get a better reach and more people can recognize you. Now let me tell you one example first of all. If I go to any browser, or let's use Google, and if I try to Google Sumit Shukla data scientist, now you can see in the result section that the very first thing that you find out is my LinkedIn profile, which says Sumit Shukla professional freelancer, followed by my videos, uh, my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my complete story, my GitHub profile, my other written blogs, my podcast, and the internships that I have posted. Now you can see that when I Google my name or my name with my designation data scientist, I get everything on the landing page. Now, how this thing is possible? This thing is possible when you are consistent. So let's say if I have created my LinkedIn profile, I have used some keywords. And for me, the keywords are Sumit Shukla Data Scientist. And I try to use the same keywords every time I create a new profile. So on my Instagram also, the description says Sumit Shukla Data Scientist. In my Twitter account, it says Sumit Shukla Data Scientist. If I talk about YouTube, I have used tags which says Sumit Shukla Data Scientist. So everywhere I have been consistent. No matter if it is my LinkedIn profile or if it is my Instagram or if it is any other platform. If you want everything to be visible when somebody Googles your name, you should opt for one keyword or maybe certain number of keywords which you have to use every time you are creating your profile on any social media platform. Now let's go to my profile. That's the very first link. And the very first thing that you can see on my profile is my display picture or my profile picture. Now this is very much important. People don't focus on this thing, but the very first impression that somebody will have about you will be because of your display picture, because of your profile picture. So please make sure that your profile picture is very much clear. You should have a soft smile on your face and the picture should be till your shoulders. And now you can see on my profile picture, I am having a very soft smile. The picture is up to my shoulders and you can see that there is a clean background. So I have not used a selfie. I have not used a profile picture with posing something. It is very professional, nice, clean, and a very soft smile. That's very important. The second thing that a person will be looking at is your thumbnail or maybe the background image. Now here in the background image, you can see that I have used keywords which describes my work. I do coding, I do interview podcast, I am a data science professional which uses machine learning. So I have used certain keywords. Here you can see I have written my designation which is SME, Python and machine learning. Since I am a traveler, people call me a traveling data scientist. So here I have used a particular sentence which describes what I love to do. A traveler in search of stories that inspire. Then I have mentioned about my social media platforms like YouTube and Instagram, with the handle name @session with Sumit. Here you can find out my image where I'm trying to speak in the stage of Josh Talk. So you can see that if somebody is coming to my profile or if somebody is trying to explore what I do, the person will be able to understand everything looking into my thumbnail or maybe the background picture. And then I have created my first impression, because first impression is very important. It makes the person understand that you have a very genuine profile and the profile is sounding very nice. Now when the person is satisfied with your first impression, then the first person will start reading out next details. So the next details are, number one thing is your tagline or maybe your title. My title says subject expert, Python and machine learning mentor. Now here I have not described that I am a LinkedIn influencer which is having 1000 or 1 million impressions. I have not described anything which is irrelevant. I have just mentioned what exactly I do, because that is how people are going to search you. Please make sure when you are trying to mention your title, it should use those keywords which you do. For example, I use machine learning, I use data science, I am a subject expert. So I use these keywords. So if someone has a requirement of subject expert in machine learning and data science, and if the person is trying to search over LinkedIn, subject expert, data science or Python, then my profile will appear at the very first spot. Because you know that search algorithms works on keywords, and keywords are really important. So when you are selecting your title should describe your skill. So if you are a Python expert, if you are a Python developer, use Python developer. If you are an expert, use AI expert. If you are let's say front end developer, use front end developer. That's very important. The next thing is now LinkedIn gives you options to add hashtags. Again, I have used hashtags that describes me: data, Python, data science, machine learning. Not many, but those which are very important. If you click on this pencil icon, you will be able to change or maybe edit everything. So Sumit Shukla, uh, then how to pronounce it. I have not used it, but I have selected a audio recording, and you can see over here, if I press on this play button, it will basically try to tell or maybe try to play the sound in which I speak my name. So it is not so important, but it's actually good thing to make sure that you have filled your LinkedIn profile with all the options and facilities you have. Then this is the additional option which you can create, and this is really important and useful. Now when I click on this particular link, you can see that it will redirect me to a bunch of links using which a particular person can understand about my profile. So my YouTube channel, if the person wants to book a call with me, I have a link on TopMate. My Instagram, my Josh Talk, my written blogs, my sample live sessions. So if the person wants me to explain like how I teach, I have provided a link. The person can go to this link and understand how I teach. My complete story and the stories that were posted about me on Instagram. So how you can create this? There's a particular website known as Linktree, linktr.ee, and here you can go and create your link tree, for which you can post that link over here. So over here there is an option to add a link. Now you can only add one link, but this particular link will help you to, or will help the person to navigate through all the links which are really important that describes your profile. So here you can add your links like GitHub link, or if you have done some projects, add those links over here. Now the next thing, so let me just cross this down. The next thing is about what you are open to. So here you can see that I have added a section which says I am open to work for a data analyst, data scientist, Python developer, technical trainer, corporate trainer, and location is Mumbai, Delhi, NCR, and I am open to full-time jobs also. Now this is only visible to recruiters, but this is a good thing, because if you have activated this, then any recruiter who is trying to look for a person who is a technical trainer, then your profile will be visible to that person. If you haven't activated this, then your profile will not be visible to that person. So that's the very important thing. If you are looking for a job change, you should fill up this detail and you should activate this. Now the next thing that is really important is your featured section. Now this is something which people don't try to fill, or maybe I have seen people not selecting great things over here. But if you look into my featured section, you will find out that I have selected all the amazing posts that got a very great response, and it actually helped the person to understand what kind of content I create or what is my expertise. So here is one post regarding my Josh Talk video. Here is one video regarding my first YouTube channel. or maybe the first video on my YouTube channel. Here is the kind of content that I create. It is a very funny content, but very informative. And then we have I have added a link to my various blogs. Then if you scroll down, you will find out that I post on a regular interval. So this was posted 4 day, 3 day, and this is posted today itself. And then if I scroll down, you can see my about section. Now the about section is very important for the person who is trying to understand your profile. If you try to read and if you try to go through my profile or maybe my about section, you can see that it talks about exactly what I do. So with over 5 years of experience in top e-firms, I'm right now working as an educator, and I have mentioned the name of all the universities, all the companies, and all the technology companies with which I'm working right now. And then I have mentioned about my achievements. And then I have mentioned about additional details. Now, please remember one thing. People try to use paragraphs over here, but here I have used bullet points. Now, by default, LinkedIn does not provide you to format your text. So what you can do, you can search for LinkedIn emojis and you can use any particular link that will be visible to you. And then from here, you can copy paste. So let's say I have copy pasted this. I'll copy it. I'll go to my about section and then I can simply place it over here. So it will be nicely formatted and people will find it very structured, because structure is very important when the person is trying to go through your profile. If you have written a paragraph, the person might not be interested to read the whole paragraph. But if you have written points, it will be very clearly visible to the person of what you're trying to talk about. So let me just close this. Now it comes to your experience, the section which is experience. I have seen people not describing their experience. This is the section where you should talk about your experience and you should explain the projects that you have done. So let's say you are working on a project which involves machine learning using textual data. Now here in the about section or maybe in the description of your experience, you should explain that project. And when you are explaining your project, try to follow a structure. First of all, talk about the problem statement. Then what was your approach? Then what was the result? And how that particular result helped you or maybe your company to improve or to gain something. So that's the next thing which you should add in the experience section. I have added all the experience. Then my education. Again, in education section, you should add about the extracurricular activities that you have done. If you have acquired any certificate, mention about that. Then I have added all the skills. Again, choose the skills which basically reflects you. So let's say if I am a data scientist, I have selected all the skills that are relevant to my profile. Now the last section, which nobody tries to optimize or nobody tries to work on, is your recommendation section. If you observe, you can see that I have a total of 66 recommendations. Now that's a huge number actually. But if you go through all the recommendations, you will find out that I have acquired recommendations from all the well-known personalities. This person is currently working as a financial analyst at a one particular bank, at Wells Fargo, and he was previously working with EY. She is working as a senior data scientist, project management, and you can see that all the people who have written a recommendation for me are the well-known personalities, and they have detailed and they have described my skill or maybe my engagement with them in a very detailed way. And here you can see that I'm having a total of 66 recommendations. If I want to understand whether you are a genuine person or not, or whether what you are talking about in your LinkedIn profile, whether it is genuine or not, the skills that you are trying to highlight on your LinkedIn profile, is it genuine or not? Recommendation section is really important and it plays a amazing role in your LinkedIn profile. Please make sure that you are not asking for recommendations from your friends, from your peers, or from those who are in the same level as you. Try to acquire recommendations from your seniors because that will reflect about how good are you at your job or how good are you at your skill. Here, all the recommendations that you see are from my clients or from my seniors. There is no one in this list who was my junior. Everyone is my senior over here. Now, these are the important pointers which are really important for you to optimize in order to have a very great LinkedIn profile. One important thing that everyone should do is if you go to this edit public profile and URL, you can see that here I've created a URL for myself which says linkedin.com/in/s Sumit Shukla. Now Sumit Shukla was not available, so I used one extra S so that the content or maybe the term Sumit Shukla is still visible or maybe available in my LinkedIn profile. That's what you should do the very first thing. While you are selecting your keywords should also be present in your LinkedIn profile or the link of your LinkedIn profile. Everything else is something which is not so important over here, but this is really important. Now I hope you guys will try to use all the tips that I have given you and try to make sure that you are acquiring more and more recommendations. You are trying to add the relevant skills over here. You are adding all the keywords, and hopefully if you follow all these steps, you'll get a very good LinkedIn profile. A lot of people ask me that they are creating content regularly, but they are not able to get reach, they are not able to get likes, or maybe their content is not getting appreciated. Now let's try to understand what are the steps you should follow so that your content or maybe your reach is always increasing and more people are able to land into your LinkedIn profile. The very first thing is post regularly. Now you should decide at what frequency you are comfortable in posting. So let's say if you can create content for every day, then post regularly. If you can create content once a week, then post once a week. But once you have decided the frequency, stick to that. You should post at the frequency that you have decided so that the LinkedIn algorithm can understand your frequency and can accordingly provide you with the reach. It will take time. You will find out that the first 10 posts or maybe first 15 posts are not getting enough reach. But if you are regular, it will reach. You will get your audience which you are looking for. The next step that you should follow in order to make your reach go higher and higher is to add images and infographic. So let's say if you are posting about machine learning, you can post your image while you are working on laptop. Now this will make people understand that you have written some content around technology or around laptops or maybe around something to your related to your work, and then you will get good reach. According to the LinkedIn algorithm and the research that I have done, the images and the infographic get a lot of reach. So add images wherever it is possible. The next step is try, experiment and change. So let's say if your two posts or maybe let's say today you have posted something and it became a hit. Then you posted something again on the same line and it reached to more and more people. But eventually you will find out the same post or the post in the same manner will not work. You have to change the kind of post, you have to change your strategy, you have to change the content material. So try, experiment with new things and change, because change is a very important thing for the LinkedIn algorithm. If you keep on trying or if you keep on posting same thing again and again, so let's say if you are posting about machine learning every day, then a point will come when people will start ignoring your post. So be creative, change, experiment, and that will make you grow. The next important point is, don't tag people if you know that they are not going to respond you. So I have seen people tagging a lot of people. Let's say if you tag Ratan Tata, or let's say if you tag Ronnie Screwwala. Do you think that these personalities are going to respond you? No. But if I tag my manager, he or she will certainly respond to my post. He or she will add his or her views on my post. You can tag me. I will definitely respond to your post. So tag those people to whom you know that they are going to respond. Because if the person to whom you have tagged in your post responds within 1 hour of the posting, then algorithm will make your post reach to more people. That's like a ranking mechanism. So if in 1 hour the person to whom you have tagged respond, then your post will reach to more and more people. So reach depends on what kind of engagement is happening in the first 1 hour of your posting. So please make sure you tag only those people to whom you know. Keep the post limit between 250 to 300 words. Now please understand one thing, LinkedIn is not a platform where people are here to read stories. They are here to read about new things. They are here to read about new developments. So you need to be creative, you need to be concise. You need to be very much structured with what you are trying to communicate. If you are trying to communicate something, add a story to it, because we humans love to read a story. So let's say if I am talking about machine learning, why not to tell or explain a particular topic with a story, or maybe how you were able to understand it. So be creative, add a story, and limit yourself in limited number of words. Don't post anytime, because there is certain time in which users are active. So you have to first of all understand your audience. Let's say your audience are in India. So you are targeting Indian audience. Now, if we talk about Indian audience and the working professionals, the best time in which they use LinkedIn is between 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. followed by 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is a time when you will find out people, the most people active over LinkedIn. And this is the best time when you should post. So when you're posting, try to make sure you have scheduled your post. In LinkedIn nowadays, you can schedule your post and try to keep your post in this time bracket. Also, it is very important that you keep on changing this particular schedule. So let's say if you have scheduled 2 posts for today and tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. for today and tomorrow in the morning time, try to make sure that your next post or the third post goes in evening, so that people can understand and the algorithm also can understand that you are not sticking to one schedule. You are changing your schedule. Once you change the schedule, the algorithm will additionally provide you the reach. So this is very important. Reply to each comment, but do not reply immediately. Now it is very important for you to reply to each and every comment that is getting added into your post, because it will add engagement to your post. But if somebody has mentioned a comment, then you have to wait for a certain time before you are replying back to that comment. Let's take one example. Let's say if somebody has posted something about my post and I have replied him or her immediately, then LinkedIn algorithm may understand that you are using some kind of bot, and this is not a good sign. So your post engagement or reach may be degraded, and you may not get that much reach. So that's a very important rule. You have to reply to all comments, but wait for certain time before you are replying back. So you may take a window of 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then you can reply back. That will add a lot of engagement to your post. Add emojis to your post. Let's say you are posting something. Now the best way to add your emotions to your post is by adding emojis. So when you add emojis, the person who is reading your post may connect with your emotions. Let's say you are sad about writing a post. So you can add an emoji about which represents sad. If you are excited while you're writing a post, you can add an excited emoji. So when you add emojis, you create engagement with the person who is reading your post. Let's say if I'm reading your post, I can understand your emotions. And if I can understand your emotions, I can connect well with your post. So that is very important. Add at least 3 tags and at most 10 tags. Please understand one thing. Unlike Instagram, LinkedIn algorithm is not influenced by the number of tags or number of hashtags you have added to your post. Now hashtags are important because, as you know, that whenever you wanted to search something, the keywords are really important. So when you're posting something, add relevant tags, but do not populate your post with a lot of tags. So the bracket or the number of tags that works best is between 3 to 10. So at least 3, at most 10 is a very good thing that you can follow. Last but very important, do not post anything that violates LinkedIn guidelines. Now, this has happened with me, and that's the reason I am telling to you guys. I was trying to experiment with the kind of content that I can post on my LinkedIn profile. Now, it was not something which is abusive. It was not something which violates the guideline. But since LinkedIn algorithm works on certain rules and conditions, a particular human will not be evaluating your content. It is the algorithm. And the algorithm is executed based on certain keywords, certain taglines, or maybe certain number of criterias. So when you're posting something, please make sure that it is not violating the guidelines. You should not post abusive. You should not post about anything that is pornographic. You should not post about anything related to terrorism. But you should try to maintain professionalism in this platform. So that is really important to follow. So that was it from my side. These were all the tips and tricks that I've been using, and I've been keep experimenting around this. And if you guys really wanted to leverage the power of LinkedIn, please make sure that you follow these steps. Please make sure that you implement these steps into your LinkedIn profile, and it will definitely help you to grow and to grow exponentially. So that was all about this particular video. Now I hope you guys know all the tips and tricks that can help you grow over LinkedIn. But before we end this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our Scalers YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next video. Good luck.